gentlemen, Damon here from Brrraains A Head-Banging Life, gbhblofficial for short, and you know what it is. It's they made what into a TV series. As we are reaching the finale segments of Roughnecks Starship Troopers Chronicles, the TV show about Starship Troopers. We're here. We're not at the end. I'm not saying we're at the end, but we're here. And you should know the name of this campaign. It should immediately make you go, the Klendathu campaign. Klendathu, it's the bug homeworld. So immediately you see that and you're like, boom, here we go. You know it's not the end because you know we've got trackers and those mishmash of episodes and the Homefront campaign. But as far as the biggest battle, the biggest stuff we've done so far, it's here. You know this is the bug homeworld. You know this is where shit's going to go down. And we're coming into this following some really interesting developments around the Roughnecks, the detail of their relationship and the position and promotion of Rico to his first sort of Sergeant Command. No, he's not Sergeant yet. No. He's underneath them. He's the next one up, I think. Temporary command at one point. But obviously Xander. Obviously the detail of what happened to Xander in the Zephyr campaign. That is going to be the focus for the first part of this campaign. Look, I'm going to be straight up though. I think this is a missed opportunity. I think this is one of the most disappointing campaigns of all. That is predominantly shooting bugs. Now, of course, it's a bugs planet, so that was always going to be the case. But when I think about, and I only watched this quite recently at the time of recording, what I could remember, all I remember is the beginning and the end. And technically the end isn't the end either, but we'll get to that, I think. Yeah. What do you think overall of Klendathu?
Yeah, very disappointing. Yeah, so I mean, they could have done so much with this campaign, being it's a homeworld too. But you're saying that you're going to remember bits at the beginning and the end. If it's bits that I think that you're on about, then I agree. Right.
Well, we'll see. We'll see as we go on then. We begin on the Valley Forge. Higgins is recording a video about science, studying and bugs. They're in deep space and it's day 386 of the war. So that was interesting. Give us an overview of the whole war rather than the campaign per se. The Roughnecks are on watch, because of course they are. Nobody else works here. And everyone else on the ship is in stasis, so apparently that's what it is. Some people stay on watch, others are in stasis, they swap over, that aspect. Doc is checking over the crew and runs into a problem when he notices Xander's pod is going a bit awry. The glass in it then cracks, and what emerges is some sort of human-bug hybrid. One that can talk, has intelligence, is fast and powerful. Doc manages to escape him briefly in a different room. He tries to talk to Xander, but Xander is enjoying his newfound existence. As he talks, and then attacks. Doc uses a flamethrower which sets off the sprinklers. This alerts the others who arrive to find Xander about to kill Doc and stop him. He gets into his face, but Rico gets in the way, taking a hit. Razor then charges the electrical pads and uses them to shock Xander, forcing him to rip a hole in the roof and run away. A lot of information there. Let's stop it. Okay, so first big problem. This is how it starts off. I thought this was too fast.
There's a lot of information on one hit.
One big fucking hit. So Xander has transformed into a human-bug hybrid. Love it. Love it. You are doing that to a character we know. And that's really deep and interesting and scary. And I like the look of him. I like the fact he's intelligent. I don't love the fact that he talks and puns a lot. Could have done without the Freddy Krueger puns and the sort of cheeky behaviour he does.
The reason why I do sort of like it is because the fact that he's effectively he still has all Xander's traits. His comedy, his
cockiness,
and
confidence,
and has he said it? When he hits Rico, he says something to Rico.
I can't remember what he says, but it's a lot. I never liked you. Yes.
So I like that.
No, you make a fair point. Yeah, Xander's character was very cocky, very self-assured, very confident. Add it with the fact that he feels stronger, he's more powerful, all of that, and the bug part of his mind. All right, yeah, you know what? You make a good case for it. The scene with him and Doc is really a horror movie. It's very dark, him hiding in the room, particularly when the sprinklers come on as well, and the flashing red lights and all that. I really like that. They also make Xander seem like a real threat. Real threat.
Do you know what I mean about it? What I mean better?
What?
If as they walk in, he kills Doc.
Yeah, agreed.
Would have been brilliant.
Yeah, as they walk in, he stabs Doc. Yeah. I think, and if you don't want to kill Doc, make it a random fucking trooper.
Yeah, anyone.
If you don't want to kill someone important off. But my big issue with it whole is it's just really fast.
Yeah.
We're barely a few minutes into this episode and you're like, okay, that was quick. Like, that just happened. But, you know, it is what it is. It's an interesting development and it kind of sets, because initially you're like, oh, wow, well, we're really doing something different now. Let's see how this goes.
I mean, obviously, it doesn't tell you how long it's been since. I don't think it's been that long since they got off the asteroid.
Yeah, we don't know how long it is, unfortunately.
Days,
Who knows, really? Yeah, it really is. Because there's no like, oh, it's been a month since we got off the asteroid.
Yeah.
Anyway, Razak reports to Marlowe on the bridge and splits the Roughnecks into 3 teams to hunt Xander. They have to take him alive because obviously you start shooting in a ship, you might punch a hole in the hull. Yep. So he tells them to use shock sticks and tranquilizers. The teams that Tafai, Dizzy and Razak, they run into him first as we do the alien scenes with events. Don't tell me that is not a direct reference when they're reading a scanner and he's getting closer and closer and closer. And it's like they're doing it, like Tafai's gone 4 meters, 3 meters. Then they look up at an event above, but Xander comes out from one below. Yeah. And I did like at least they did that. It was quite cool. Yeah. But it's definitely aliens.
Oh, yeah, definitely, yeah.
Xander bursts out and attacks Dizzy, but is sent to scatter him when Razak tries to shoot him. Tafai and Dizzy then follow him through the vents. Razak reports to the other groups as Carmen asks to join the search. Barlow agrees. Rico, Higgins and Bruto then discover that Xander released the captured test bugs. They're then started by Carmen, who probably should have made them aware she was joining them, so she didn't actually get shot with a trank.
I don't get why he let her go.
I don't get why he let her go either.
She's not a trooper.
Nope, not
She's
at
a
all.
pilot. If they're in trouble, she can get them out of there.
Yeah, fly the fucking ship.
That makes no sense to me at all.
Absolutely, but not only that as well. Lieutenant Razak, I'll be joining your teams.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, not
Don't
you know.
shoot me.
Yeah, exactly. But they're attacked by a couple of the warrior bugs, and admittedly, I was like, "Oh, it's nice to see warrior bugs back." We haven't seen them in quite a while.
2 seasons.
Really. Yeah, definitely. The tranquilizers don't have an effect on them either, so the troopers are forced to use shock sticks and the tools around them. They manage to deal with one, but Higgins is grabbed by the other and then tranked by Bruto to take him out of battle before taking on a bug. I didn't like that. It's like, you're in the way, let me just trank you. The bug's like now holding a life of his body, so it doesn't care anymore.
He thinks he's dead. So
yeah. They then put Higgins in a locker and realise Xander must be heading for the bridge. I did like the fact that Xander obviously released them as well to distract them.
Yeah.
So it's like, this will help me get to the bridge while you're fucking around with these.
Yeah.
Xander, knowing that he's been pursued, also sets up a trap. He destroys a pipe that releases gas into the vents before then creating a spark that sends a fireball down the vent to the pair. And they're forced to run, but only Dizzy gets out of the vent. I really like that as well. It's like, oh wow, that's some smart shit. Really sets Xander up as a proper, what feels like a proper end of the show villain.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. When the fire dissipates, Tafai reminds him that his heat threshold is higher and that's why he survived. Mm-hmm. Sure, why not? Yeah. Gossamer reports that Xander has destroyed the comms equipment and suggests they wake up some of the other troopers. But Doc says, look, well, we can, but it takes them 4 hours. Stasis takes 4 hours to actually wake up from. Yeah. So they're basically going to be useless anyway. So it's like, okay, that's the get around for why the Roughnecks don't bother waking anyone up. Xander makes it to the bridge and destroys the robot guards before attacking Marlowe and tracking him in some sort of web. Didn't get why he didn't kill Marlowe. There's no reason to keep him alive.
I'm gonna say one thing is the amount of information he knows, brain bug.
Fucking hell, Damon. That is a great answer.
Yeah,
that is genius. I can't believe I didn't even think of that. Of course, you want Marlowe to be brained. Mm-hmm. That's a lot of fucking stuff in that head.
Yes.
Xander then contacts the Roughnecks and shuts the stasis pods down, meaning the people in them will be turned into vegetables unless the Roughnecks can get power back to them. And his idea is he's doing this to force them to not focus on him. It's an interesting idea. Yeah. However, Razak isn't that stupid and splits the troops up. One going to the bridge and the others to get the power back onto the pods. On the way to the bridge, the hyperdrive stops and Carmen notes that they must have arrived at where Xander was trying to take them. They look out the window and see a huge red planet outside. Thought it looked great. Looks great, really the shot from the window. Yeah. And what's cool as well, that they don't actually know where they are. Nope. They're not like, oh, it's Klendathu, you know? But they do notice, as the ship begins to turn, Xander is planning to crash that ship onto that planet. I'm like, all right, stakes are high, man.
Not landing, he's crashing it.
yeah, it's interesting. Will you survive the crash, Xander?
I don't think because he's a lot more powerful and he obviously he must think he can.
Obviously he must, yeah, absolutely. Unable to get to the bridge, they come up with a plan to get in via the outside. Not a terrible idea. Meanwhile, Razak, Tafai and Dizzy use the lift shaft, their way in. Gossard and Doc are getting close to helping the Starship Troopers and almost cut the wrong wire, but managed to bring them back online. That was a fun thing as well. It's a classic kind of action movie. Which wire do I cut? Yeah. That was fun. Everyone reconvenes in the bridge, but Xander is prepared and Bruto is crushed in the door. Comes out of nowhere. Comes out of nowhere. And it's so significant. It's actually shocking that it comes out of nowhere. Xander and Rico do battle as the ship starts to go down. Do love the fucking ship, you know, like the imagery, you know, like it looks cool. It's a really strong start where you're like, oh, I thought the ending, considering the ending of Zephyr was really hot, and we started this off hot, I thought Roughnecks had hit its stride. Unfortunately, like I said already, I don't think this campaign will hold up in the end. But to begin with, it's very good. Xander manages to get past the troopers into an escape pod and launches it towards the planet. Bruto, we see, has been pretty hurt as Carmen tries to take back control of the ship. She does manage to correct its course, and it looks like it'll be okay as Barlow is saved. Yay! To lighten the mood, Higgins wakes up and then wanders in, wondering what's been going on. You know, a bit of comic relief. From that to this, Bruto has been paralysed from the waist down. Now, I love this. I love the fact that the show's gone. So, I don't know if there's one writer who had a bad time and was like, I'm fucking angry. I hate my life. First, I'm going to talk about tranquilizers and killing yourself in a Zephyr. Now I'm going to have Xander transform into a bug. And then I'm going to paralyze Bruto. Dude, what are you on? Do you know what I mean? And like, what annoys me about it is it should have been bigger. It doesn't feel big enough.
It was very small, very small.
Yeah, it really, really is important. And Gossett then reveals that he knows where Xander wanted to get to this planet as we get a zoom in using monitors to see that basically this is the bug homeworld. I'm not entirely sure why the zoom in would make them think it's the bug homeworld. It's not like bugs weren't on other planets.
Yeah, I mean, I like the line.
It's a cool.
He was going home.
Yeah, it's a cool finale, particularly as Xander sort of looks up from the planet
and screams
like roars like it is a cool it's a cool image, it's a cool idea more than anything else. Okay then, we're in Klendathu, they know where they are, and we've got a human hybrid that's very smart running around on the planet, in theory doing what I would think would just be taking control of the bugs to make them even more powerful.
Yeah, exactly.
Which brings us to fleet arriving at Klendathu as Higgins lets us know that an invasion of the planet is imminent. In the gym, Rico and Dizzy are practice fighting and it gets a little flirty. Rico talks to Gossers and reveals Dizzy's real name before getting in the ring with her, and he teases her about being called Isabel. That's her real name.
Yep.
It's mail day, and they get a message from Bruto, who is now back on Earth and in a wheelchair, and he wishes them luck on their mission. And I'm like, wow, you burned through that story so quickly. I'm shocked.
Way too quickly.
Yeah, I just don't really understand why this wasn't given more time to breathe, to let us feel, because that's the problem. We don't get to feel. Now, I wonder if they did it because they thought, well, no one really likes Bruto, right?
He's not a significant character, but I think he has his moments.
He's a roughneck.
Yeah, well,
isn't that enough?
Well, I mean, they're all a main character, really.
That's enough for me. Like, he's one of the team, but like you're talking about him being paralysed. They don't say temporary. And later on in Homefront, we'll see him in a wheelchair.
Yeah, permanent,
So you're kind of like, really? And he burned it.
The timescale too. You know, again, it's being picky, but the timescale from Xander landing to him get back to Earth, to get back to Earth from where they were, it must have been a massive timescale.
Well, I'm going to presume it's been a decent enough time. I'm trying to see if it...
I can't remember if they say what.
Like a month or something? Like presumably Valley Forge stayed in orbit. Around and raid and call the rest of the fleet in. Presumably, yeah. But yeah, I wish they'd done a little bit more with Bruto here. Razor then promotes Rico to squad leader. But Dizzy, being upset, stops the joyful moment. Before they can get into it, an alarm goes off and Razor reveals this is it. Invasion time. And I'm like, yeah, I was excited. Yep. The Roughnecks are excited to be hooking up with Zulu Squad. And in particular, Lieutenant Rockford, who's apparently a legend like Razak. More of this. More of making... And they're introducing a new squad and a new other commanders who are also on par with the Roughnecks.
I'm okay with that. But if you'd heard more... I think Zulu was the one who, on Hydra, Carl rescued them. That's what that squad I think it is.
I don't think it is. I don't think it is.
Or was it a squad? Because it's a squad they worked with before.
I don't think Zulu's ever come up. I don't, because every time I hear, I know. Do you know why I know? Because every time I hear Zulu, I just want to make a Michael Caine. Zulu's thousands of them joke. And if Zulu had been mentioned in Hydora, I'd have I feel like I done made that joke.
I think it would have been more effective if maybe we'd seen them.
Maybe. No, I mean, you're probably right. To be honest, not even maybe. You are probably right. But I'm just excited at this point to have the implication that there's a bit more going on in this war than just the Roughnecks, you know? So the landing for the Roughnecks is rough after they're hit by a plasma bug, but they do get on a planet and it's an immediate bug fight. It's interesting that visibility is poor, as the atmosphere is kind of murky, and they lose Dizzy after she trips and falls down a hill, because Roughnecks are idiots as well. They kill more bugs before focusing their attention on Dizzy, who is now wading through a lake and has come face to face with quite a nasty looking bug, but she's saved by Carmen. Before they can celebrate, more arrive, but the rest of the Roughnecks then arrive and save them. So, there you go. Yeah.
Again, this whole... They've turned Carmen into a trooper.
Yeah, she is constantly battling, but nobody else in Fleet is.
No, that's what I don't get.
No, you make a strong point. You do make a strong point there. They've established a beachhead on a lake. Dizzy is being offered Rico, and eventually reveals that in the mail, she found out her brother has apparently been killed. Yeah. Cool development here. We then see Zulu is in trouble, seen via message. Razak orders Carmen to get the ship in order before taking the group to rescue Zulu. He asks Rico about Dizzy, who tries to lie but eventually tells him the truth. Razak isn't too happy that her mind might not be in a job, suggesting a psych evaluation. And Rico's under pressure to get Dizzy's mind back on things, but she's all over the place. I really didn't like this. I do not like this at all. Nope. I cannot believe Razak, because Dizzy just found out bad news like that, first thought as well, he even says Section 8. You mean the thing you fucking argued and fought against for Rico? You're the one now suggesting for Dizzy? Wow.
There's so many things, Gossard almost loses a lie. Mm-hmm. He's okay to still fight.
Yep.
The way you treat the fight, that was okay. Now, the Section 8, you argued it, and that is for Dizzy. She had claustrophobia.
Yep.
And now it's all fine.
But this...
Yeah, it's all too much picky. I mean, Razak's a brilliant character.
Yeah, he is. But this is... I thought this was downright cruel of him.
Yeah.
I'm like... You would know. You can't just expect someone just to get over the death of a brother like that. No. And yes, it will affect her work, and maybe they need to look at that. And maybe you need to speak to your fucking goddamn MI commander and say, look, can we take her off duty for a couple of weeks?
I think if he gets that, I think if he gets his little interview with Higgins, Hussein Higgins, because he's also suffering. But
yeah.
So should he be?
Yeah, it's a real work. Yeah. Wow, I can't believe he's suggesting that. But the fog is quite dense, and Doc crashes the Scar. Gossard and Carmen have their own problems though, as a bug attempts to get on the ship. They manage to close it up before it can take off as more bugs begin to attack. Gossard does manage to rig the ship to electrocute the bugs and allow them to finally take off. Another Gossardism. Got to call them Gossardisms.
I know.
Somehow he rigs the ship to be able to fire electricity off its shell.
And yet he's still a grunt.
And it's like, what the fuck? How does he even do that?
He's not working with
It's a Gossardism. But that's all we're going to call him, from now on. Razak sees Zulu being slaughtered by the bugs and orders the Roughnecks in the battle. They meet up with Rockford and his remaining troops and assist in taking the bugs down. Dizzy pauses when it comes to shooting though, forcing Razak to take her rifle from her. That's not cool.
No.
That's not okay. I can't understand quite why Dizzy can't suddenly shoot.
Yeah,
it feels like they want to do a sort of PTSD thing with her here, relating to her brother, but they'll drop this one very quickly.
Yeah, so that to me doesn't make sense. I'll accept the claustrophobia. That I understand, but no,
not shooting.
No.
Razak and Rockford decide to bring the fight to the bugs by taking a nearby pass, and Rico gives the orders to move out, all except Dizzy, who is ordered to stay and look after the wounded, and she's not happy. Well, you kind of did it to yourself, though.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? There's more bugs shooting as Carmen and Gossard arrive in the ship. They're attacked by the flying bugs, so have to deal with them, which they do. One of the Zulus attempting to join the fight with a broken leg, go on that man, is enough to convince Dizzy that she needs to help the Roughnecks. So it's kind of an analogy here where it's kind of like...
Wakes her up.
He's going out to fight for his team with a broken freaking leg.
Yep.
And she's like, yeah, what the fuck am I doing? Mm-hmm. And I don't mind that. That's a good way to get around that.
Yeah.
She arrives in time to save Rico, and they both get into the fight, taking out a big group of plasma bugs. After the battle, things are calm and Dizzy finds out her brother is still alive, as he was never on the transport that was shot down. He's now just MIA, missing in action. Yeah, so she's a bit more hopeful.
So he's dead. MIA is dead.
Higgins reminds us that they have won the battle, but the war isn't over yet. A base has been established, but the bugs are relentless. It is their planet after all. The Roughnecks are on guard and Higgins is given next watch. All seems quiet. And this is where things get creepy. As Higgins sees a lone trooper walk into the base. Higgins thinks he got separated from the squad, so opens the gate. And this guy kind of walks in an odd way. He's a little bit unusual looking. Well, not unusual because he's wearing a parasuit, but it's just the way he staggers.
Yeah.
But Higgins is like, hey, you lost the troops. All right, man, come in. But when he gets close, it's not a trooper, but a humanoid bug like Xander. It busts out of its suit and starts to attack, chasing Higgins through the base. It's very powerful, able to destroy the robot guards with ease, like cuts through them, and able to even take down marauders.
Yep.
So like, this is a real problem.
It's quite a funny scene too. It's scary.
Yeah, Higgins racing, running past, and they're sitting there like, sitting there chilling out. Yeah, sorting their teas, and everything goes past them. Razak even gets into trouble with it, having his helmet knocked off before the rest of the Roughnecks manage to kill the creature. The air is apparently semi-breathable, so
lucky.
Like he's lucky, but he still needs to get his helmet on. After they realise it alone caused a lot of problems, this one creature, and it appears they've got hold, these creatures, Xander, got hold of a lost shipment of power suits and are now using that to disguise themselves. I feel like I need a bit more of an explanation than that. Then, apparently we lost a shipment. Xander got it and was like, here, Bugs, here's a helmet for you.
Yeah, I mean,
but how can they fit in it?
Obviously, they were in Tesla. They were developing new research with the bugs.
Tesca, you mean?
Sorry, Tesca, yeah.
Yeah.
So then obviously
the experimentations.
Towards obviously then Zephyr. Obviously Xander was, I'm guessing, was the first one.
First one, yeah.
Yeah, and then obviously then he's used the knowledge to
develop
more.
Yeah,
that's what I'm guessing.
I don't think it's a guess. I think it's what's been implied up to this point. So I think you are right. Anyway, doctors on autopsy making Dizzy feel sick. I thought that was a funny, almost throwback to a film scene where it's Carmen that pukes during a dissection and Dizzy seems to have no problem with it. Yeah. So I thought that was interesting. Rico tries to take a coffee and she isn't interested. And this is where my question. Remember I said to you a little while ago in a previous video, I said to you during Zephyr that I wanted an explanation for what the fuck happened. We apparently missed an episode here, but we haven't. It just doesn't exist. Because Rico starts to act very flirty towards Dizzy. And I was like, wait, what? Are him and Carmen together still? They're not. Yeah. They're not. In fact, going forward, Rico and Carmen's relationship is back to what it was before Tesca. Mm-hmm. Except one thing's different. Rico's no longer interested in her. He's now apparently interested in Dizzy. And this is fucking baffling.
I was going to go a wild guess for me that he realised that she didn't actually have nothing for him. And that he has discovered his feelings for Dizzy.
Okay. Yes, of course that's what's happened.
Yeah.
And we couldn't have done this in an episode?
Could literally a 2-minute episode. They both decide, look, we're not right for each other.
I would have had it when in an episode where I don't know, a scene with Dizzy, maybe after the Xander stuff and all that, have Rico look at Dizzy and then go to Carmen and say, look, I've always liked you, blah, 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 but I know you don't feel the same way. So let's not do this. Yep. And Carmen just be like, okay. And that be it. Yep. And that's it. And it covers all bases and it could have been done in a minute. This is literally just pretended it didn't happen. Mm-hmm. What the fuck?
Oh, they didn't even even get together in the first place.
I feel like this was filmed, which is weird because it's not fucking live action. Yep. Filmed before Zephyr.
Yeah.
Because I would have to put it before Tesca as well.
Yeah, which obviously
it's before. It's every because Rico doesn't even have an interest in Carmen anymore.
Exactly. So
baffling.
Yeah.
I thought I was really annoyed about it. I was like, wow, you've done such continuity. And you fucked up one of the more important ones. Because even when Dizzy calls Rico out and flirting and all that, she doesn't bring up the fact that, what about Carmen or anything like that. She doesn't bring that shit up.
So it's just
just never happened.
Yeah, basically, yes. It's like they realised, do you know what? It was a mistake. Those two getting together.
Yeah.
So we shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, it doesn't work. So it doesn't work with what we want to do. So let's remove it.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. Anyway, Higgins arrives to tell them that they're being sent to go to a down ship because of course they are. En route, Razak seems to be sick. He's coughing a lot. They arrive at the ship and find it empty. Rico asks Dizzy about them, and she says it's about them, their relationship, and she says it's in the past. And I'm like, again, I'm going to bring it out. What the fuck, Rico?
Yeah, so in the past.
Yeah, what the fuck? Gossenden checks the cameras and sees that the crew were attacked by humanoid bugs and something downloaded information. This is greatly concerning. Razak contacts command and his questions are initially rebuked, like he's told classified, but he is told that they traced the log on and it was Xander. This is the problem. A super smart bug that can do this shit, that's going to be a problem for your battle plans. Razak gives the order to find a missing crew and to kill Xander. Dizzy argues that he is sick and that he should be given a chance, but Razak refuses to change the order. Tafai has sympathy for Dizzy as he feels he went through a similar thing. I get that, but then I don't.
I don't get that at all. It's nothing similar at all.
No, similarities, no. I get the idea that Hell gives Adam a chance. Give him a chance, because you know he's still there, he's still talkable, but I don't think you can compare being infected with a brain bug and being transformed physically.
I'm sure Bruto would want a chance.
Bruto?
Bruto. You know, I'm sure he's not sitting there thinking, I'll give him a chance. in his wheelchair.
Okay. They make their way across the land, coming across a large mass that looks like a nest. Razak orders them to go inside, but begins to cough and collapses. This is another bad one for Razak.
Yep.
Listen, man, you're a commanding officer. You know when you're sick.
Yep.
You know when you're compromising the team. If that was one of your troopers pretending they're okay when they're not, you'd be fucking furious. You're doing it.
I've got an argument to this.
Go on.
Now, obviously, he must feel unwell in himself, obviously.
Yeah.
But I think he's sick because of the atmosphere.
Yeah, that is right. Yeah.
So maybe he wasn't aware of that.
No, right. No, but he'd be aware how he feels.
Oh yeah, inside. But maybe he wasn't aware how bad it was and how quick his effect took his effect.
No, yeah, you are right because it's not even a theory. And in a short while, they will reveal that when he breathed the it gave him an infection.
Toxins in the air.
Yeah, an infection, and that's part of the problem. But man, you know when you're not feeling great.
Of course. But obviously, we don't know how quick those infections can.
Well, yeah, we don't. True on that front. Doc does check him over and suggests it's bacterial infection caused by something he breathed in. Razak weakly orders Rico to complete the mission. Doc says he might be able to distill something to fight the infection from a mold. Wow. Okay. You're doing that's Doc doing a Gossadism.
Well, apparently they got the smartest people in the world.
Apparently, Jesus. Rico orders Dizzy and Tafai to help Doc while the rest continue to search for the missing troopers. Dizzy thinks she has found the mole but is approached by troopers. And she acts like... I love this. Because they're walking like the one that attacked Higgins. So you're immediately like, no, Dizzy. And Dizzy acts like she thinks they're part of the missing squad. But she's smarter than that. And immediately knows they're off, throws a grenade, knocking what I'm now going to call the mimics down. They then burst out of the suit, and Dizzy is joined by Gosson and Rico to take them down. And I got annoyed here. Because they take these ones down very easily. Yeah. Yet one wrecked the base. Yeah, injured Razak. And they're killing them easier now. I don't really like that. It's like...
Yeah, that seems to happen quite a lot. It even happened with those spider bugs.
Yeah, where something gets easier. Yeah. They administer the mold to Razak and carry him further along, but he collapses again and orders the Roughnecks to carry on with him and he will cover their retreat. Rico argues, but Razak orders him. Dizzy's not happy, but Rico orders her to carry on. So everyone's ordering everyone to do other things. It's fair enough. Razak's right. I'm not good. I'm going to slow you down. Yep. I'll sit and chill here. The problem, obviously, is that he's on his own, hurt.
For me, also, this is the show trying to hand over command now.
We're getting to the idea that Razak is willing to put other people in charge now. Yeah, we are getting to that idea. Deeper into the cave network, they come across troopers stuck in some sort of web. They check them over and they've been fed on. And I was like, oh, okay. So we've actually brought in dead troopers here. Yep. Interesting touch. But Xander then reintroduces himself, even more bug-like because he's transformed a bit more. But he's still able to talk and still with a higher brain capacity. Dizzy tries to convince him that he's still a trooper, but he's having none of it before revealing he has some hostages. The plan is revealed. This is the plan, Xander's plan. I've written it down and explained it. Spider bugs drain humans of blood. That is then transferred into bug larvae, which then gives them the ability to grow and mimic humans. With Xander planning to birth loads of these things and use them to infiltrate humanity. And it's like, yeah, it's a sci-fi show. Yep. Fine. I have no... what I've complained about. I'm not going to sit there and break down the idea of, well, that seems far too easy.
Apart from the bad guy telling his his like
plan. Yeah, probably shouldn't tell them his plan, admittedly. But then they're aware that the mimics exist, so it probably doesn't really do anything. Plus, he's very arrogant. He's not thinking of getting out of here alive. No. I mean, it's like he's never been around the Roughnecks ever and seen him get out alive out of everything.
Yeah.
But Razak, who now apparently is feeling a lot better, gets to jump on Xander, freeing the hostages and allowing the Roughnecks to start shooting. Xander does manage to escape, but other bugs are killed and Razak destroys the mimic nest. So, Razak, hero.
Do you think that, because I thought that Xander has now taken head charge of the bugs. He's now the boss, the leader.
I thought it was the case. Yeah.
Not the brain bugs. He is now the one in charge.
I thought it was the case. And I thought it was him in charge. You're right. Yeah. I thought he was going to become the big bad boss of the entire show. Yeah. As you can tell, we're doing past tense here for a reason. But we'll get to that. Razak orders a retreat, but Rico and Dizzy stay to stop the eggs being taken away, continuing to kill bugs. During this, though, Rico was grabbed by Xander, who talks way too much at this point. I was like, listen, there's a difference between, like, you got Rico, why are you killing him? Instead, you're like, well, I've got you, Rico, blah, 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 blah. So Dizzy arrives and appeals to Xander's human side. It seems to work as Xander drops Rico, then protects Dizzy and starts fighting the other mimics. I'm like, no. Show too fast.
Yeah, I hate all this.
It's too fast. This would have been really good if it happened at the end of this campaign. That we'd gone for a couple of episodes and we'd seen perhaps even throughout that Dizzy and Xander still shared a connection. But it wasn't even that believable to begin with when he was human. And now you're telling me that he immediately has a change of heart because Dizzy appeals to him. Fucking hell.
It's way too soon. Obviously, let's not spoil it, but obviously this is when he dies.
Yep.
Which is ridiculous.
Ridiculous. Couldn't believe it. I was shocked. Because I don't really remember a lot about Klendathu. But let's get to it and then we'll kind of bitch about it a bit more. Rico starts to help Xander. And they get to bother as Razak orders them both to leave. Rico is ready to go, but Xander says that it's too late for him now. As they're surrounded, Xander grabs Rico and throws him over the bugs and tells him to go. Rico can only watch as bugs swarm Xander, and that part of the cave collapses. Rico runs to catch up with the squad, but the cave is collapsing around him. Luckily, a landslide blasts him outside, where the rest of the Roughnecks are. The entire formation then collapses, presumably killing Xander, and I guess at least he got some redemption. Ah, man. I can't believe they burned through this one so quickly too.
I can live with the redemption. I can live with his human side coming back.
Yep.
He hadn't fully changed the bug.
Yep.
I can't live with the fact that the bug's attacking him because he's their boss. Surely he can control them. If he controls bloody the firefighters, the flies, whatever, but just talking to them, whatever, surely...
I don't know, because the problem is we didn't really establish enough to really even create theories.
That's the thing.
We didn't establish enough about his power.
That's the thing. Exactly. There wasn't enough time to establish it.
So I'm going to do what they should. I'm going to tell you what they should have done. And for this, I'm going to be telling you what appears to be what turns up to be the big threat. I would have made it so we established early on that Xander is mating with the Queen, and he's basically now the king, and that's how they're creating the humanoid bugs. That's how they're creating them because he's got human DNA in him. That's what I've done. And then you'd have had this story, obviously, of trying to take down the king and queen and all that aspect. And when you come to Xander's redemption, it involves the queen bug herself. That's what I would have done. And that's the final episode. And Xander still dies, but he gets his redemption, perhaps killing the queen instead of what they end up doing. I couldn't believe they burned through this so quick. It was like almost like the first 2 episodes, you're like, you did Brutal, paralysed, boom, and now you've done Xander. What the fuck, show?
Do you think they're just like running out of ideas?
Nope.
Or just
I don't think they were running out of ideas because it's not like this is the end of Klendathu.
No, of course.
That's the problem. Is it's like you really didn't want to keep him around for a couple more episodes. You could have done exactly the same thing, but had him in it to be the end of Klendathu campaign.
Maybe the cost of his character developing wise.
Oh God, really? I can't.
I don't know the CGI for it.
I just can't. Like, I can't picture any good reason as to why we went the way we did. I don't get it. It's very disappointing.
Yeah, of course it is,
Particularly as that's it now for Klendathu. Like, it ain't getting any more interesting, I'm afraid.
Nope.
No. But we'll carry on as we reach day 134, and Higgins reports that things are getting worse. There are just too many bugs. The Roughnecks are preparing for evacuation, but Carmen's ship has blasted out of the sky and crashes in a fire explosion. Razak wants to volunteer to check the wreckage, but Rico is already off and running. And I'm like, oh, so now he cares again. What is it? Also, bad squad leader.
Yes.
Just legging it. I'll go look. Doesn't stop to take orders, deal with it, make a plan.
He's a second in command.
Yeah. Carmen was knocked out but is still alive. Okay. She comes to under attack from the bugs. Her guns jam. And I'm like, oh, is it all over for Carmen? Oh, of course not. Rico arrives and saves her. And here, I literally was like, oh, so this is where it's established by their behaviour to each other. They're apparently not together. And I generally was like, I missed an episode.
Yep.
Checking around. Nope, can't find it. It doesn't exist. Rico brings her back to the squad, who are still under heavy attack. Razak contacts the Valley Forge for another pickup, but is told there are none. They have to hold the line. While continuing to fight, others check out the trench they got into and find it's empty. Although they do discover a missile launcher and some missiles. And I'm like, oh, I wonder if they'll come on the plane later on. What are you laughing for?
It's just if I was Razak, I'd be like, do you know what? Fuck you.
Yeah.
Fuck you. The amount is like, hold, kill all the bugs, do every mission, it's like, and you won't send us a rescue.
Well, you could argue they did send you a rescue. It was Carmen.
Oh, yeah. Well, true, yeah, but has a habit. I mean, and she's a crap pilot, man. She crashes every time. She crashes
more times, yeah. She crashes a lot. Absolutely. So we've done a couple of Last Stand episodes already. This is another one.
Yep.
This is a well done Last Stand, but to be honest, I was a bit like, oh, we're doing this again. We just did one in fucking Zephyr, and we're doing it again.
The problem, obviously, throughout the show is that the bug fights are pretty much always going to be the same. Yeah. There's not really much they can do in that.
No.
Yeah, the story-wise and character development, that's fine. They've done loads with that. But the fighting is the same thing. A fight, they're going to win.
Yeah, did you really feel they were in danger here?
No. I mean, after Zephyr, no, nothing's going to kill him.
Yeah, I agree with that. Zephyr kind of killed any kind of thing. However, I am going to praise the elements of character stuff this episode will do.
Yeah.
As we do something a little different and a little bit more interesting. Tafai and Higgins share a moment about war, and Tafai shows him a picture of his kids. Feeling bad, Higgins gets Tafai to record a message for his kids. And during this, we see flashbacks of him having fun with his kids. He explains that he fights so he won't have to. And I'm like, at this point, I was like, man, they really made Tafai a good character. They did well with him.
Yeah.
The Roughnecks are coming under attack from plasma fire. Higgins then talks to Gossard about recording a message for a loved one, but Gossard's like, nah, mate, ain't interested.
To be fair to Gossard, I'll be like, this is like the fourth time I've done this.
Yeah, this is not the first time I've done this.
Can't you just bloody use the one I done last week?
Yeah, use the other ones. As Higgins walks away, a plasma blast gets close and knocks him over. Gossard then says he would record a message for Victoria, his younger sister. He records it and we see flashbacks of him with her. He's wearing a sailor suit.
I know.
It looks super, super gay. It really does.
It does, yeah.
And she is on crutches. He then sends Higgins away. The Roughnecks are struggling to hold back the bugs. And I'm like, Razak, Higgins has a gun. Maybe say, camera boy, put your I know it's your job, but you can shoot and we need your help. Blister bugs start to overrun them and Doc is badly hurt by one. They manage to hold back the bugs and start to help Doc, who keeps making jokes, so stop doing that. Doc's suit is leaking O2 though, and they don't have the tools to fix it. Razak sees another squad is nearby, but they can't contact him. Carmen volunteers to go to the squad to get the tools, and Rico, going back in time, white knights her. And I was like, oh my god, we've gone backwards. Because Carmen's pissed off about it. And I'm like, what the fuck, we've done this already. Why are we going backwards?
And I don't get it either because Razak's in charge.
Yep.
Rico's second in command. You don't send your second command.
No, I don't. You stays here because you're going to be taking lead if I'm not here.
Exactly.
But also, why is Rico white knighting her? Like, he doesn't need to be doing that whole, yeah, I'll go with you, protect you. I am more and more convinced, and I'd love to find confirmation of that Klendathu was filmed before a lot of the other campaigns. Because it feels like we've gone back in time.
Yeah, I mean, you can say that they're really good. They're really best friends. They went to school together.
No,
but
because they weren't friends in school. He just had eyes for her. They knew each other.
Yeah, knew each other. Yeah.
But yeah, Carmen's pissed off about it. It's like, I don't fucking need your help, you prick. Which doesn't say it that. I'd laugh if she said that. But yeah. But Rico argues that two of them stand a better chance, and Razak agrees. If I was Razak, I'd have been right dicking and be like, yeah, you're right, Rico. Dizzy. Off you go.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean? As Carmen is ready to leave, Higgins offers to record her a message and she agrees. God, I was hoping she was recording it to a boy she likes or something like that. But no, she records it to her parents. And we see that she fought with her parents over joining Psychon. And I thought that was interesting, because that was Rico's story from the film. Yeah. Rico, though, refuses to record a message and leaves. He's basically, nah, man, I ain't doing no goodbyes. I would actually, you know what?
I refuse to.
I would have been Rico in this. Yep. I'm like, listen, I ain't doing no goodbye messages.
I ain't dead yet.
Yeah. Later, Higgins is welcomed by Dizzy, and she gets in front of the camera. She records a message to her brother, as we see that they were close and competitive. And obviously this is where it's revealed he's MIA, and she plans to eventually go out of her way to find him. We see Rico and Carmen are being followed by bugs and are forced to move quickly and fight. They end up hooking up with the other squad, though, whose lieutenant is very sarcastic. He's a right dick. And not exactly helpful when he asks for supplies. Yep. Rico and Carmen help them fight off a bug attack, though, which convinces him to give them what they need. Yep. With the Roughnecks, Gossard is trying to fix the launcher with very little luck. We see Doc is struggling, having to breathe in contaminated air. Everything goes quiet, which worries Razak. For good reason, though, as we see what actually is an impossible armada of bugs approaching. Yep. Yeah, they wanted scale here, and I was a bit like, yeah, okay, you're dead. Yeah, like, you need to get out of here. Basically, as Gossard puts it, how many? All of them. Yeah, all of them, yeah. Basically, all of them, because that's what it looks like. Yeah. Gossard then says that he can blow up the launcher missile. You know what it reminded me of? Terminator 2. When John Connor runs back to and his mother, and she's like, they sent police, and she goes, how many? And he goes, all of them, I think, because there's a lot of them. A lot of them, yeah. Gossard then says he can blow up the launcher missiles on a delay, but that's it. I'm like, well, it's a Gossardism, but not a great one. Yeah. Carmen and Rico are trying to outpace the mass of bugs to get back, so they're kind of like on the other side, kind of above and out of sight, but trying to get ahead of them. Doc talks to Higgins about missing green grass and proper sleep, and he makes Higgins promise to take him home no matter what. I'm telling you, the writers were going through some shit here. Yeah, because it's his own like whatever you do, do not leave my body on this fucking planet. And I'm like, God, what were you going through? Did someone have a breakup?
This is a kid show, man.
Yeah. Carmen and Rico then arrive back and fit Doc's suit with a new tool. So Doc refuses to go out laying down and gets ready to fight. The plan is to fight until the bugs over on the trench. They will then fall back and Gossard will blow the trench up. Higgins offers Rico another chance, and Rico talks about being alone all of his life until now, as he remembers those who have fallen along the way. Carl, Xander and Bruto in particular. So I like that, because it's an implication that Rico never really had anyone. He now has people.
His family, his squad.
His squad, yeah. And I thought that was a good hint for why he would make a good leader eventually. Gossard rigs the trench to blow, and the shooting starts. They escape and blow it up, but all that did was actually momentarily slow the bugs down. And this is it, the last stand. Although it is expected for them to get saved, I still think now it's a strong moment, and as everybody sort of says their goodbyes to each other, and we see Amma running out. Like, people talking about it as not working together and things like that, and I was like, okay, at least you've got that extra step. But what's this? Fleet arriving to help. And you're like, oh, why do I get invested?
I know, man.
You know? The thing is, like, what do we want? It's not fair. What do we want? Them all to get killed? Do we? I do not want, ever again, Mortal Kombat Conquest ending. Ever.
Okay,
no, come on, man.
If I'd known how the series was going to end, then I wanted them to all die.
No, I want them to win. I wanted to show the end with them winning.
So did I, but obviously, what we know now, as of right now, how the show ended, if I could go back now, I wanted to die.
Because of the way the show ended, I think it would be better. I think it would be better. But what I would have ideally loved is them win, and then we get one final episode of 20 years later. And we see how everyone's life is 20 years after the bug war.
Would have been perfect.
Yeah, you know, that's what I would have liked. But of course we don't get that. We're getting ahead of ourselves. Mm-hmm. Perhaps, yes, considering what we got and how things would end, perhaps it would have been more powerful. Yes, but I don't know if I'd have liked it.
Who knows?
We'll never know.
Maybe one day in 10 years' time, some crazy fan will have a billionaire and will invest in something.
Billionaires out there, if you're watching this, as if use some of your money to finish Roughnecks for us, please.
One episode, that's what we want.
Yeah, just one episode to tie everything up, please. Razak then tells them to drop bombs where they currently are and the Roughnecks to get out. They watch from afar as a massive explosion rips the ground apart. Higgins then asks Razak if he wants to record a message, but Razak pushes the camera around and calls the Roughnecks his family. Aww.
Which, again, it shows that him and Rico are...
Very alike.
Yeah, very similar.
Yeah. Higgins records a message to his parents telling him that he will be home soon. Cool.
Big hint.
Huh?
Big hint.
Big hint?
Big hint.
Oh, you think it was a hint?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Day 181, the war continues. Higgins is actually using his rifle, but almost gets killed by a bug. Rico saving him. The Roughnecks are clearing out mounds of bugs. Back at base, they're about to get some sleep. One of the many moments they're trying to sleep. But Razak arrives to order them to the strategy room. There they meet another squad, Echo, as the Sky Marshal arrives. So you know this is big because the big man's here.
Yep.
Absolutely. He then confirms what apparently has been a rumour that I've not heard. There's a Queen Bug. And she does exist now.
Yep.
Queen Bugs exists. And she's a bug-making machine. Over 1,000 a day, apparently, it seems. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with it.
Yep.
Except that we've not heard anything about this up to this point. Mm-hmm. And he talks like rumours. Why not have Squad talking about it in an episode?
Yeah.
Oh, did you hear the rumour about Queen Bug? No one's seen it, but we think it exists. Mm-hmm. You know? The plan? Go kill her. I mean, it's not exactly a difficult plan, but yeah, go kill her.
I mean, the whole thing about the rumour, I suppose that it was classified.
No, but rumours are...
Rumours
like, that's whispering between squads.
Yeah.
It's a frontal assault, apparently, that is suicide. So the plan is to drop 2 squads into the area quietly, and these squads to make their way to her from different positions. The 2 squads are Alpha, the Roughnecks, and the other one, Echo.
We don't need Echo.
Well, of course we don't, but I was also like, listen, I get the whole full frontal assault kind of thing, but if you threw everything you have
exactly
at this fucking Queen Bug, isn't that the point?
You're sending 20 men.
Yeah.
20 men against
is it even that many? Is it even that many in the squad?
What, 6
With Roughnecks, Roughnecks is what, 7 or 8? Gossard, Doc. Right, so no, start again. Razak, Rico. Dizzy, Gossard, Doc. Tafai, Higgins.
That's it.
Because Bruto's not been replaced.
He's not there. That's it.
7 in one squad, or whatever Echo is.
Exactly, so about 14, 15 people.
Wow.
This entire army. Well done, Valley Forge.
It's because the Valley Forge knows that the unkillable Roughnecks are there, and it's like, Echo are there to be the distraction. The Roughnecks will do it. Anyway, Gossard harbours fear about them being 2 members down, but then Carl arrives to rejoin. And initially I was like, oh man, he's your, oh, we're in trouble. I can use my mind powers to get out of everything. I didn't really like his reintroduction. Mm-hmm. However, I really end up liking what they do with him.
Yes.
I really do. Dizzy and Riku are happy, but he is very cold to them and very direct with Razak. He's here to help them find the Queen, and that is it. En route, Riku tries to talk the car, but Carl refuses to tell him anything. He then turns on Doc, accusing him of doubting him, having read his mind. And you're like, instantly like, fuck me. Yeah. He's very matter of fact, he's very aggressive, but he's also using his powers. I don't want to say for evil, but like in ways that doesn't make the squad happy. Because Doc's really not happy about having his mind read.
It's almost like he's been Section 8.
Almost, but he remembers them.
Yes.
That's the thing. So it's not quite that, but he's definitely way more powerful than he was. Yeah. The 2 squads get on their ships and take off. The trip is uneventful. The squads are dropped. And I was kind of like, how is this sneaking in if your ships arrive and just drop you in? Like, surely like a bug looked out the window and went,
oh, here you go.
You've seen that, Bob? You've seen that? You know what I mean? Anyway, they land and Carl says that he has located their entry point. And this is what I'm talking about. I'm like, well, here we go. Here's the easy conveniences. As they arrive, Higgins sees a bug and shoots it, causing the mound to start to collapse. I was just like, good God, Higgins.
Sorry, I just had an image of the film Spaceballs. Oh shit, there goes the planet.
Everyone runs in as their exit is slowly blocked up. And they all witness Carl, this is a great moment, slowly walking in though. Like they're running in and he's just walking slowly behind them. And we see stones are being stopped from hitting him by his mind. And you're like, whoa, that's impressive. Gossard calls it creepy and Carl turns on him, using his mind to pick him up and throw him against a wall. So it's like, all right, Carl's a danger now.
Yeah.
Like he's trouble. Razak gets in his face and tells him to act like a roughneck while he is part of their squad. So Razak's having none of this shit. They go deeper in and down a cliff face. On the way down, pitworms start to crawl up, and Tafai says that they're blind, but have a screech that works like an alarm. Okay.
So again, it's indicating that he's met before.
Yeah, because that would make sense, because they were digging. There was a lot of pit stuff in their campaign.
It was all underground, wasn't it?
Yeah. Evan tries to stay quiet, but Dizzy unearths a rock and one of the worms cuts her line and docks. They fall to their death. Only joking. They land semi-softly on a giant web. And I was like, oh, more joy. But the web's nothing really to do with it. No. The rest of the Roughnecks start firing as worms approach them, so Quiet's gone out the window. Seeing that, Doc and Dizzy are in trouble. Rico and Gossard bungee down and save them. They pull them back up to safety as the shooting continues. Rico and Gossard destroy the web and reveal the bottom of the pit is just below. I did actually laugh at that at least. It's like shooting, it's just like drop down, and it's like a couple of feet below. At the bottom, Razak orders Carl to lead the way. As they move forward, Dizzy talks to Rico about Carl, and Rico suggests that the Carl they knew might just be gone. I did appreciate Rico accepting it.
Yes.
He's been like, yeah, okay, you know what? It just may not be him anymore.
Yeah, I think his development from to fight issues, not accepting it, to now, like, oh shit, you know what?
He's a bit more level-headed, isn't he? Yeah, he seems to be getting there.
It's like the command has...
Yeah, it kind of made him grow up a bit, almost. Yeah. Carl then tells them that they're surrounded by bugs. No one believes him for some reason. And I couldn't believe that. Like, you've seen what he can do. And he's like, we're surrounded by bugs. And they're like, well, we don't see any.
He's a fucking psychic, for Christ's sake.
Also, have you never dealt with a tunnel before, you freaking idiots?
No, you couldn't see Rico's bugs, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, what's this? Bugs. More shooting, and Carl then gets grabbed and taken away. And I'm like, well done, psychic buddy. You did well.
Yep.
Now, I actually think he may have done that on purpose.
Yeah.
To get closer to the Queen, as Razak refuses to go after him, saying their mission is the Queen, and all the troopers are at risk while she's alive. Of course, Dizzy and Rico aren't happy. They then hear a message from Echo, who are apparently in trouble. The Roughnecks arrive in a massive room that looks like a dead end and are attacked by bugs. But these bugs are more interested in backing the Roughnecks up. Why? It's the Queen! And Rico is standing right in front of her. Rico gets ready to shoot, but she holds Carl up. And I'm like, okay, so she was using him as a shield.
Yeah.
Razak orders Rico to shoot anyway. Love that.
Yeah.
Like, what's more important here? But Rico delays. Carl then tells him to shoot. Razak orders him again, and Rico is slow, but he is going to do it. He's attacked, though, by a mimic bub. And I was like, it's quite an infuriating scene. So what's quite infuriating about it is they find the Queen too easy.
Yep.
Way too easy. It feels like we're back doing a brain bug chamber scene.
Pretty much, it's
same thing,
the
really.
exact same thing, yeah.
Carl's in, he's going to use his mind powers. Rico being slow to shoot.
Yep.
Like, it's all a bit like, get on with it. Mm-hmm. Get on with it.
And obviously, Carl's life is worth killing the Queen.
Yeah. Yes, of course. Carl knows that.
Yep.
Anyway, Carl uses his mind to give Rico back his rifle, and Rico is then able to shoot the Queen as she tries to escape before blowing up some rocks to land on her, crushing her. Okay, seemed easy enough. Carl is free, and Rico grabs him, but the Queen isn't dead, getting up and escaping. And I'm like, good God, you guys, you had one mission.
I know.
You had one mission to kill her, and she's escaping. Well done. Well done. Carl is hurt as the Roughnecks do battle with approaching bugs. Carl needs his helmet, so Rico runs through the bugs to get it. He throws it to Carl, who is able to breathe again, using his mind to then blow up the bugs. And again, you're like, so why didn't he do that with the Queen a minute ago?
Yeah.
I don't really get bits like this.
Blow her up, yeah.
Carl goes too far, though, and Rico has to tell him to stop, which he does, seemingly recognising Rico for the first time. I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't get it either. I mean, it's like, was he brainwashed? Did he sort of like knock himself out? Or...
Yeah, I don't get it either. Like,
I don't know. It was like I don't know. Like, it was like a barrier in his brain,
and he broke it.
The real Carl was inside it. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't get it at all.
Yeah, not explained.
Not explained. Not done well at all. The Roughnecks give chase and end up in an egg chamber. I'm like, it's about to go aliens. Get away from her. All that stuff. Yeah. The Queen arrives and they start shooting. Carl slowly approaches the Queen as she stands frozen. So she doesn't move.
Yeah.
So I thought Carl was holding her steady, and that he was going to get close, put his hand in her, and blow her up. But Rico freaks out about Carl, fires a missile over him, and into the Queen. I'm like, Jesus, Rico. It's very because that allows her to fall to the side, cause some rocks to fall, knocking Doc over, and she's able to make her way back down the tunnel with Carl walking after her, with the rest of the Roughnecks occupied by bugs. And I was kind of like, that's your fault, Rico. Yeah, it's your fault.
For me, they were talking to each other.
I got the impression he was going to deal with this. He was dealing with it. But he was decided to freak out about it. And I think it reminded me of Star-Lord and Thanos. Thanos.
Yeah.
And when they're about to get the glove off and Star-Lord foxed that out for everybody. That's what it reminded me of. They do deal with them though and follow Carl to see this queen escaping onto a big transport bug. As it takes off, Carl holds it in place as the Roughnecks try to shoot it down. It fails though and manages to launch. And it seems as though the plan to get her failed. Back outside, Carl reveals the queen is now heading to Earth. And that's it. That's how it ends. We're almost there, but that's how it ends.
I can accept the queen survived.
Yep.
I can accept she got on the transport ship.
Yep.
Flew away. Are you telling me that planet's not surrounded by the Earth ships? And I go, oh, look at that ship there. Let's all fire that ship out.
Yeah, it's a transport bug. Blow it out.
But I don't know.
Raise to the Valley Forge. Queen transport taking off. Shoot it out of the sky.
Shoot it down.
Yeah, no, absolutely. This episode, this campaign falls apart as it goes on.
Yeah.
It gets messier and messier and messier, where the story starts to just feel very... I felt like this whole Klendathu campaign, aside from the Xander and Carl stuff, was a waste of time.
Yeah,
when it comes down to it, nothing progresses in the bug fight.
Nope.
They fight and kill some bugs, and they find that there's a queen. But it's irrelevant.
Yep.
It's totally pointless. And what's more annoying is the episode that's going to follow this, the segment that's called Trackers. Will they do something that really should have happened in the Klendathu campaign? Now, what's interesting is the episode that follows this, the one that links up between this and Homefront. You have a DVD that has that episode as part of the Homefront campaign. I think it should have just been Klendathu Part 6. The 6th part of the Klendathu. It doesn't have to specifically be 5. Why was it separated? It makes no sense. Alright, it's not in Klendathu because it doesn't take place in Klendathu.
Yep.
But this felt so anticlimactic because it felt like, oh, we're just replaying the brain bug stuff again. But this time with the Queen. Because did you ever really feel like the Queen was a threat? No. Even her protection and where she is never felt like the bugs were doing a good job of it. I really struggled with a lot of this. I didn't love the fact that Carl was back and we were going to get MacGuffin in his way through everything, but then not doing when he should, like, for example, dealing with the Queen bug. He doesn't use his powers.
No.
Didn't like that at all. Didn't like the fact that suddenly he's back. And this coming off the back of the fact that we burned through the Xander stuff, and all I'm thinking is, why didn't we use the Xander stuff in this context?
The whole season felt rushed. Literally, they rushed the first 2 episodes, which were okay. The better. I mean, the last 3 were obviously terrible, but
well, I would go as far to say they rushed the Xander stuff, the Brutus stuff, and the Carl stuff, but then didn't have enough of anything else to do. So it's a weird fucking 5 episodes because part of you feel like, oh my god, slow down, you're burning through this stuff too fast, and there's another part of you going, we'll do something.
I mean, obviously,
please do something.
This is obviously the bug's home planet.
Yeah.
And there's...
Can you remember anything spectacularly good about it? I can't believe that the last episode ends in another fucking cave that looks exactly like anything on Hydora, Pluto. Do you know what I mean? It's the same shit.
Yeah, I mean, considering it's the home planet too, you know, literally, it's meant to be the home planet.
Yep.
But whether it actually was or not, who knows?
Well, no, it is. Klendathu is in the book and the film establish it as its whole planet. So we're not going to get... I don't think we can argue with that fact.
But obviously... I don't know if I can say without being a spoiler.
Go on.
But obviously, on the last campaign, you see there's more than one transport ship. So only one ship took off. So where are the rest of those transport ships?
Well, I mean...
Have they come from other planets?
Well, we won't discuss that because we'll cover that in Homefront when we get to the very, very end. But you're talking about colonising other planets more than anything else.
Yeah, of course.
I think that's an important aspect. What what annoys me about this Klendathu campaign is whereas every other one felt like a level, this didn't.
No.
There was nothing about this that stood out. Nothing about Klendathu. No bug buildings. Not buildings, do you know what I mean? Like bug structures.
Yeah.
Except for these mounds. What were just fucking caves again? Just more fucking caves. I just feel like there was so many different things they could have done that they just didn't bother with. And probably why this one is mostly disappointing more than anything else, none of the action scenes really feel that it matter. Even the Last Stand, we joked about while talking about it and saying like, oh, well, they've had how many other Last Stands?
Yeah, I mean, but even the fact that they actually decided to introduce more squads.
Pointless.
They weren't even used.
Yep, absolutely pointless.
All we knew was their names.
All we heard was Echo get attacked, and that was the end of it. It doesn't even like Echo join the fight at the end.
Exactly. It would have been nice maybe to see more than one squad shooting in a row.
Yeah,
you know?
it would have been interesting. But yeah, it didn't. You're absolutely right. It's just Roughneck stuff again. And again, that's fine. It's their campaign. We won't get too pissy about it. But I would have liked something different. When it comes down to it, it's just like Klendathu comes, Klendathu goes, and you're like, okay then, what next? And because you know it's home front, or, well, trackers in between, but then home front, you kind of go, right, we're there at least.
Yeah, I mean, I think people would have liked this campaign. Or should have been the best campaign.
It should have been the ending.
It's the home world. So exactly, this should have been it. It shouldn't have been a home front. It should have ended on this with either the planet being completely destroyed or whatever.
Or at least make this bigger, and then you can destroy the planet, and then do the whole Queen escaped, going to Earth, and then do home front. But Klendathu just passes, and you're like, okay, and they all just leave, and it's like, okay, so you know, what?
Because I mean, surely even when they leave, okay, so they all leave. They chase the Queen. They obviously, I mean, because obviously they're
thinking if you kill the head of the snake dies. Do you know what I mean? Like cut the head of the snake, that thing. It's that whole thing.
But you're still going to leave thousands and millions of bugs and other planets.
So let's presume they deal with the Queen. We're going to go back and wipe the planet out, right? Yeah. Presumably, I don't know. Or maybe the Queen's dead. The bugs just won't fight. That kind of thing. The problem is the Queen just got introduced now. We don't know anything about her. And she didn't come across like some sort of smart bug. No. She came across just like anything else. And then you kind of like, well, how did the brain bugs get birthed? How did they come into this? Why do the brain bugs exist if the Queen exists? Yeah. Doesn't make any sense. And the only way you could have got around that? Xander. Yeah. You had him.
Yeah.
Have him. There's no Queen. Xander just becomes, because of his brain, becomes the de facto leader of the bugs. We've already established in this campaign a way for him to continue to make different bugs. You can then have him escaping to Earth.
Yeah, because surely if he's dead now, they can't develop any more of those bugs now.
No, in theory, right? There's no humanoid bugs.
Yeah, that's it.
Spoilers! Apparently there's something else going on there. Yes. Make sense of that, if you will.
Oh, yeah, shit, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, but there you go. It's a bit of a messy one. And we are on a home stretch. That's Klendathu. The Klendathu campaign. You got any thoughts on it? You know what to do? Let us know in the comments. Thank you very much for watching. You can check us out on gbhbl.com as well as on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and Tumblr. Go to Patreon to help us out over there. That's patreon.com/gbhbl as well as Big Cartel where you can find some of our merchandise. We have a podcast running on SoundCloud and Apple Podcasts. And of course, if you like this video, do us a favour, hit the subscribe button and help the channel grow. Games, horror and heavy metal. What else is life for?